Howdy there, I'm that indie games guy, and if you're here, then you're exactly like me. You love indie games and want to know what games will be coming out in the future. Or if you're watching this from the future, games that have already been released. This video, I'll explore a whole list of indie games that are set to be released shortly. These could be games you've already wishlisted, or unknown gems. Let me know in the comments below if you like the look of any of these games, and let the video commence. Starting us off this week, we have a crazy over-the-top hack and slash adventure with Death of a Wish. This surreal game will have you rebelling against the very cult that has raised you from a child, as you look towards overthrowing the sanctum faiths of the world. Death of a Wish has a very unique art style, and I'm all here for it. It's gloomy and dark with a lack of emotion. You'll feel lost when playing this game, as it seems to portray the anger from the main character so well. The combat will have the screen screaming at you as you land crazy combos and take down bosses that stand in your way, as flashing lights and new colours appear all over the place. This is giving me the Souls-like experience. You'll fight massive monsters that just seem unkillable, dodge and roll out of the way, and try to survive when it seems all hope is lost. I can't wait to get into this game and see what this nightmarish world is all about. Next, we have a game that is the complete polar opposite of the last one, and instead just has an abundance of colour, as you aim to take on the world's masterpieces of the art world. This is Antipaint, a roguelike adventure where you'll play as brushes, rollers, and other art supplies, as you aim to make your own masterpieces for your very own collection. Your aim is to become the greatest artist in the world and be remembered forever. The enemies that you'll face will be the main focus of your art. As you destroy anyone who wishes to take you down, they actually become part of the artwork. It'll be beautiful, but also quite dark in its own way, but who cares? You'll be the one making millions off it. Antipaint is a fresh take on the roguelike formula, not your typical dungeon or end of the world fights. Instead, it'll allow you to see art in a new light. Masterpieces that have been renowned for years will be the main bad guys. It'll be the perfect mix of hilarious action and intense roguelike fighter. Building among the stars seems impossible in the real world, but that's why we have games to allow us to believe it is actually possible, and how it might be living on another planet. This is Stellar Settlers, Space Base Builder, a colony simulator and city building game where you'll need to take control of a settlement and build your own thriving colony of people. But don't take too long doing this. Alien threats lurk just around the corner. One planet isn't enough. You'll need to progress through multiple different planets to ensure safety for your little settlement. Building a ship to safely get your people off this planet will not be an easy task. The game takes inspiration from Kerbal Space Program, so you'll need to design and build the ship yourself. But just remember, if not done correctly, you might be crash landing straight back where you started. Stellar Settlers will be a fast-paced builder, with a lot of emphasis on the unknown. It'll be down to you to explore and adapt to each location, as you try to ensure your settlement and colony can rest easy at night. Now to the stars, everyone. Space is waiting for us. I've covered this game in the Steam Next Fest videos, but seeing as it is being released this week, we might as well showcase it once again, so it's fresh in everyone's minds. This is Hellbreach Vegas, a multiplayer wave survival game that's all about killing zombies. Seems very Left 4 Dead to me, and that is such a great thing. The game will be releasing into early access, and has been developed by a single developer. They have plans for a lot more in the future, which include more maps, new game modes, and so much more, as it's one that will just keep you going for a while. Playing with friends or just online makes these games better. You can plan more and reach higher waves. I remember playing Call of Duty Zombies with my friends back in high school as you aimed to get to the highest possible waves, and it was always such a laugh when it finally went downhill. Hellbreach Vegas seems like it just has everything going for it. The gun gameplay seems amazing, and the wave-based survival aspect will draw people in as they aim for the highest of highs when trying to complete as much as possible. I really do hope this goes really well for them, and best of luck to the developer on the game's future. Why is it goblins are always the bad guys? They're seen as the underlings, the first things to be killed. But what if they're not all bad? And the adventurers are just going around killing helpless goblins? Well, that brings us on to this next game, Goblin Stone, a turn-based roguelike adventure that has you trying to rebuild a goblin lair after the horrible heroes and adventurers keep coming to hunt you. As the last goblins, you are the very last hope for the goblin race to continue, and hopefully no longer be hunted by the horrible humans. Every decision will count as you travel towards freedom in this roguelike adventure. Make the wrong move, and you might just end up on a trophy on someone's shelf. As you aim to become known as a powerful race once again, you'll need to breed and create powerful new goblins that will travel in your party and help take back your lost land. Goblin Stone will be a must for people who played goblins in D&D like me. I'm fed up of being looked down on in every village I go to, and now it's my turn to take the fight to the humans for a change. For the goblins! Following on from the goblins, we have a crazy PvPvE online experience that will make you question Nectar from now on. This is No Love Lost, a free-to-play survival game that will task you with exploring a planet for nectar before other teams, but make sure you try and get as much as possible before the night falls. Dangerous things lurk at night. Best not to find out what they are. Games will last around 15 minutes, so it won't take all night to complete one trip. This will be a fast-paced action that will have you heading out as fast as possible to get your team in front, but the other team will be trying to stop you with everything they have. Gear up and try to be the best collector out there. No Love Lost will be a fun game to play with friends. It's free to play, which is a win, and seeing as the games will be quick, you won't have moments where it's boring running or no action. This will be an all-out war from the start. Oh, I am so excited for this next game. It is everything you'd want from an all-alone in space kind of game. This is Subterrain, Mines of Titan, a turn-based combat RPG that has you waking up from a stasis pod. But when you awake, you can't find anyone around you. No one from that first wave of colonists are here to find you. Instead, you find strange monsters awaiting as you slowly explore this faraway moon. It's down to you to find any potential surviving civilization lost within the mines and try to keep them safe. Listen to them and help in any way that you can. The camp is still set up to keep people alive as long as you have resources. Keep on top of water and food, ensure you have oxygen, or this will just be the end of you and everyone counting on you. No one's going to come and save you anytime soon. I am all for this game. Turn-based combat is my main love at the moment, and it'll be a race against the clock to explore and find people hoping for a miracle to come and find them. Subterrain, Mines of Titan will be at the top of my purchase list for this week. Tribes has been around for almost as long as me. The first game was released back in 1998, and a lot of the earlier games still have a cult following of dedicated players still playing to this day. But later this week, the game series will have a new addition to the ranks that might just draw in new players and the older players who used to play the Tribe games in the past. This is Tribes 3, Rivals, an old school first person shooter that is all about momentum. You'll need to square off in team-based capture the flag game modes. Push towards your opponents while also defending your own. But this isn't just running and collecting a flag. You'll have a jetpack and skis to get around. And trust me when I say this will be a test of your ability. You will have never played a shooter like this. You'll have to learn to fly and ski around this map as fast as possible while trying to take down the other team. This will take some serious skill. Tribes 3 will be releasing into early access. This is so the team can get as much information from players as possible to add and adapt the game, so it can be player focused. I really hope the game can have a resurgence in players and become a must for the shooter genre. Up next, we have a game I mentioned in my games to look out for in 2024, and midway through March, we finally get to play. This is Crown Wars: The Black Prince, a single player turn-based strategy game that will be the perfect game to pick up and play if you still have that itch to go back and play Baldur's Gate once again. Crown Wars will have two different gameplay mechanics. The main is off you go into the world and fight using the turn-based combat. This is the part that I love. You'll be able to create the perfect party as you attempt to take down armies that wish to stop you. And the other is more of a development game. You'll run and manage your own domain, expand and advance to become the greatest city in the land. I'm a sucker for roaming games, where you get to go and pick and choose the fights. This will be a game I can play for hours on end. Plus, the additional extras like building your domain and getting to push my influence out onto the world. This is shaping up to be a must-play game for anyone who loves turn-based combat, or just being able to build up your own little army and see how far you can get. And that's the end of the indie games being released this week. I hope you found a game to pick up and play. Have a great rest of your day, and I'll catch you all next time. Bye bye!